palace of untold wonders.
Hi everyone, my name's Mad Matt Lugos and welcome to Echo. So, if you've never watched one of my playthroughs before, I like to play single player, story focused games where we can take our time, go a bit slower and focus on the story, the character, the narrative, the lore and all of that good stuff. So, if I sound like someone you want to come along on a maybe disturbing sci-fi journey with, then I hope you join me for Echo. So, if you don't know anything about Echo, this is a blind playthrough, obviously, but this is a third-person sci-fi game with a really unique gameplay system or mechanic. So, this is a really chilling opening menu, right? We've got the menus here. Okay. So it's like a far future setting, and we're going to be going to some kind of weird cathedral or something that's in space somewhere. But this place, I don't really know why we're going there, but I know that the main gameplay mechanic, there are these like clones that are in this place, and they can mimic everything that you do as the player, right? So if you use a strategy to get around them, they will copy that strategy, so then that strategy will no longer be effective or something like that, right? So if you try and use a certain bit of stealth, they can use stealth. If you try and attack them, they can attack you. They learn from you, and it's like an interesting like level of strategy to it. And the voice acting seems great. I've only kind of seen the intro cutscene because the game has some crash. It has a bit of trouble with crashing on newer hardware. You need to do like a hot fix. It's on the Steam forums to get it to work. It's working fine for me now. But yeah, it's very interesting. I have no idea what to expect. Maybe my brain won't be able to use these gameplay systems properly, but we're going to get going with a new game. Well, let's get started. The flesh and the soul shall enter the palace through separate doors. Only the strong of mind and body will
All
be...
our songs were about it. A magical place of life without end. A palace of untold wonders. But only for the worthy. So our lives were desperately dedicated to qualify. Pinpoint perspective on the great reward. Only I never wanted to go. Those words alone could mean death. So when I ran, I knew it meant never stopping to catch my breath. If I wanted to live. And so it was. Yet here I am. The place I spent my whole life escaping. I feel like shit.
Of course you do. Your wound has healed. The pain is from the stasis and will pass within a week. The nausea will linger, probably intensify when you start to realize that more than 100 years have passed. Everything you knew is gone. This is not another one of your running away from home excursions. Your grandfather won't send someone to pick you up this time. That's all gone now.
So you decided not to like me. But you've had a century to plan what to say, and that's it? How about you screwed up the best deal we ever had, or you come waltzing in here giving orders, or even Foster died because of you, you stupid bitch. I don't like me much either. But I can fix this. I can bring him back.
Oh my god.
I don't know how you hope to achieve that, little miss, but I suggest you start your efforts by laying back down. Loss of motor skills is common even for experienced long haulers, which I suspect you are not.
I suppose you had a long time to mull things over. Nothing I can say will change your mind.
How good is this aesthetic, man? How good is the voice acting? Like the note of melancholy and everything that kind of reflects the cold of space. It's just, that's like this is I've had to watch that intro a few times while I was getting the game to not crash. But it's so dense, the atmosphere, isn't it? It's amazing. It is amazing. Okay, so I was just making some notes there. So I don't know what our main character's called, but we mentioned the Great Reward. We've been in cryo sleep for 100 years. Foster died because of us. We've had a wound. Can we get the light into? We've got like a hole through ourselves there, or a stab wound, a bullet wound, in the side of our, I don't know, our dress, our nightgown. And she was clutching onto something that looked like a lighter. I don't know what it was, but she was clutching that, and she was saying, "I'm going to bring him back." We have a fractious relationship with the onboard AI, which is awesome. The voice acting's amazing, and we're going to the palace, I believe. Don't know if we can interact with this. Nice. God, this lonely space atmosphere is just something to behold, right? Don't think we can interact with anything else. We're the only person here. Everything we've known is long since dead, according to the computer. We maybe come from a rich family or a rich company who have bailed us out in the past. We've spent time running away from something, our responsibilities or our purpose going to this palace. Do not engage at flash, whatever that means. Yeah, you can see the hole there, and it's covered, and we're covered in, our gown is covered in blood. So maybe other people are in cryo from the looks of it, I'm not sure. These might not be cryopods. The control inputs haven't like unlocked yet. Not entirely sure where we're supposed to be going. I'll head this way first. But yeah, you've gotta love the aesthetic of games like this.
So where is he?
He? Oh, you mean the cube?
The cube?
Yes, I had a very good look at that while you were asleep. I think you're in for a disappointment. Nothing suggests any sentience. No interface to access the thing, nor any reason to do so. There's nothing in there. It's just a pretty cube.
If we knew how to operate it, we wouldn't have had to come here. This is how I see it. You don't answer to my orders, and yet you took us this far, so clearly I'm not the only one hoping that I can achieve something. I can work with that.
Not hope. Respect. For Foster. God knows why, but he wanted me here. The stupid lighter proves it.
It was a lighter.
I suspect staying wasn't even an option, considering how you stumbled on board covered in blood, demanding departure a week ahead of schedule.
Yeah. Respect, then. That'll work too.
Okay, so he mentioned a cube and it had no sentience. When maybe we wanted it to have sentience. She said bring him back, so maybe Foster's digitized self is inside the cube? Maybe? And look at this. Man, I love this aesthetic to death. So good. I really have no idea what this game's gonna feel like, man. Oh, come on, I just want to see what we look like. Is there something in the menu for that? To do with the... I've got it on hard, apparently. Hood, blood. Okay, we can't unlock the camera, I guess. Fair enough. There'll probably be quite a lot of cutscenes. Quite like to see what was around the other side. Both routes obviously lead here. To the blue door. Imagine being all on your own on a spaceship like this. Nothing but cold metal and empty space. The voice acting is... I recognise the voice act. I don't know if our character is called Echo. I'm just going to call her Echo until we learn otherwise. But Echo is voice actress. I do recognise her from somewhere. Okay, is that... there's some... that was like a kanji symbol or something. I'm not sure. N. Rose Leslie playing N. We're N, I guess? And London is the voice. We are N and our companion is London, and we're looking to save Foster, perhaps. Oh, look at the shadow. That scared me then. Yeah, and we saw the spaceship. It's like a huge kind of slab. So it's probably meant to house like a whole massive crew of people that aren't here, seemingly. Kind of feels like we're on like a pilgrimage. Here's the cube. And here is a planet or a moon.
I need a suit. I don't see anything but ice.
It's not ice. I don't know that we can even trust what we see. This whole planet eluded detection until about a week ago. No visual cues, no gravitational pull, nothing. Even with the exact coordinates, I nearly missed it.
We're looking for a palace.
Why am I not surprised?
Give it a rest, will you? Can you see any structures on the planet?
You're looking at it. It's all one big structure, planet-wide. No palace, though. I'm guessing it's some corporate state's illegitimate mining project from the pre-requisition rush. That would explain the heavy clouding measures. The planet is most likely depleted of all resources. An empty shell. Hope the old man didn't pay too much for the coordinates.
You have no idea. Just get me down there. I'll go see for myself.
Oh, this is stunning, isn't it? This is great.
You should get off the surface too.
What a strange place. It's impressive, really.
Okay, now we've got...
I'm enabling the suit's assist mode to compensate for your inexperience.
Thank you. Where the hell do we go?
There's something here.
A door?
It must be some sort of release mechanism.
Not a door, a hatch.
Did you hear that? It's definitely doing something.
Release each one, I guess.
Look, there's an opening down there. It's too far to jump, though.
The suit will soften your landing if charged sufficiently.
And if not?
It will stop you from leaping. The suit reads your intentions from your synaptic activity and receives commands from your voice or eye movements. A bit archaic, but Foster trusted that suit with his life.
Cutting edge doesn't go well with space travel. The journey here alone made the suit an antique.
It's not the suit's performance that worries me.
Okay, suit energy. The suit stores energy in cells. The cell meter visualizes your total capacity and current charge. Massive triangles are charged and hollow triangles are empty. A cell lost. The cell cost of any prompted action will be highlighted in yellow. If you don't have enough charge for the action, the empty cells will blink yellow. Auto charging cell. The suit's core cell auto recharges, harnessing ambient energy. This means that if you wait, you'll always have one cell at your disposal. Movement. The suit's touchdown system ensures safe landing from heights between 4 and 15 meters. Depending on the descent distance, the cost is 1 to 2 cells. If the charge is insufficient, the suit will stop you from leaping. Descending from heights below 4 meters is done without touchdown and has no cell cost. Alright, good to know. Man, this I wish I could just have a quick look at the helmet. Come on! How awesome is that, man? It's like, it's got this kind of gothic design to it, you know, with the blacks and the harsh lines and stuff. Right. And I like the implementation of the heads up of the HUD, right? It's just kind of on us, it's not surrounding the screen. Oh man. Okay, so we've got a few different bridges we can cross. Let's try left first.
It's falling apart.
Yeah.
It all
Okay.
looks strangely warped. I wonder how long it's been here.
A composite like that should last forever, but it all looks ready to crumble.
It must be ancient.
So, this is the kind of structure that they erect to mine a planet of all its natural resources. And now it's been abandoned because all the resources have been tapped, I guess. Here we can crawl through there, it seems. Oh god. Yeah, apparently the performance with this game, PC-wise, is a little bit spotty, so... But when it's this beautiful, we can put up with a little bit, right? Okay, so we can jump down there, but why? Can't jump down there, so... Maybe we could
This
have.
place was made for humans. It's not just a machine mine.
Most digs have a basic infrastructure if human presence should be needed. Probably also rudimentary living quarters. Doesn't mean anyone was ever here, though.
Gramps believed the place to
True.
be untouched by humans. A palace built by long-lost technology, patiently awaiting its first human inhabitants. And you figure this is no more than a bootleg mining operation. Got to appreciate the contrast.
I generally lean towards plausible explanations. Your grandfather, well, everything he believed in he made up himself.
I don't know about that. He had the coordinates right.
Look around you. This obviously isn't a palace.
Your man might have gotten some aesthetic details wrong, but he wasn't the kind of person who'd risk everything without some kind of proof.
I really wouldn't get my hopes up.
How do I turn down the volume on the commentary track?
You are overconfident. Immature people often are. You should be taking notes every time I open my mouth.
I have been doing London, I have. So I guess we could maybe come from a family of explorers, I guess, treasure hunters. But because everything in the universe is kind of been expanded upon and some stuff has been lost and maybe empires have come and gone, there are places like this from long lost empires, long lost designers. Awesome, man. And it's taken us 100 years to get here. Amazing. Okay, I was kind of thinking that there might be something there for us. So we've got a crouch button. I don't think there's a jump button. Oh well, there's probably not one up here. Look at this, man. There's something when something has such scale like this, it's just you can't help but stare at it, you know. Wow, this is unbelievable. Look how high up we are, man. I have no idea where we're going. I'm going to cross this in the next bridge again. I don't think we can jump off the edge. I think we've got invisible walls. My goodness, look at this. Now we do have a gun, interestingly. Okay, we've got a way in. There's been nothing like, you know, collectibles or whatever so far, so we don't necessarily need to be on the lookout for that. Oh god. Hold on.
Slippery.
Man. Wish we had free camera. I don't like this auto turning, but fair enough.
What exactly are these structures then? Have you seen others like them since you're such an expert?
I've had my fair share of halls based on wild speculation. It doesn't matter if it comes from desperate need or delusions of grandeur. There's never anything there but bitter disappointment.
Was this with Foster?
Before Foster.
I got the feeling you two have been together for ages.
I've been crisscrossing the spur for 1,000 years. Foster was with me for 1.5 centuries.
The spur. The London kind of feels like maybe he's a bit of a slave, I guess. Yeah, we'll head right. Looking for us the other ways. Like I said, doesn't seem like there's any collectibles and stuff, so there's no real reason for us to explore the wrong direction. As of right now, at least. And this helmet is so cool that we've got on. What's happened? Oh, Jesus. Quick. Come on, then.
If you've only been with Foster for 1.5 centuries, you hardly knew him at all. I mean, we've been traveling together for 1 century, and we only just met.
100-year haul is quite the extreme. Foster's longest was 16. I knew him plenty.
He trusted you, and said that I could too, that you would help me.
Foster didn't leave me much choice. You don't mess up a job for your grandfather and then team up with the person you were sent out to get in the first place.
You could have just handed me back.
You really are naive.
I think you're doing this because you believe there's a chance to get your friend back.
You're so caught up in your homemade religion that you're oblivious to common sense. I warned Foster about you resourcefuls. Best not to deal with your kind.
Why did you then? Get involved, I mean.
Foster disagreed. And gold makes for a powerful argument.
Resourcefuls. That was capitalized, wasn't it? Okay, so we've got a little torchlight on now. Oh, our mask has kind of come off a bit. So Foster was sent to get us, capture us maybe, under our grandfather's request. So we were on the run from something. From coming here maybe. Okay, things getting a little bit scary now. Snow everywhere. Nothing but metal. Doesn't look very palace-like. Got to agree with London on that one. Right, N?
There must be a way inside down there. That looks like some kind of landing bay.
It looks like nothing of the sort.
You know, you're nothing like I expected from a friend of Foster's. Such an odd team.
An old rescue vessel from the Requisition and a man without a past. None of our marks knew what hit them. And then we were gone. The stuff we pulled off. You wouldn't believe it.
I believe it. I was one of your jobs.
A thieving rich kid with a gambling problem hardly qualifies. I got the brief. Not much of an extraction, really. No one giving a shit about you where you dug down. Only challenge Foster could see was that your grandfather wanted you to willingly hand back whatever it was you stole from him.
You're wrong about everything. Even Foster.
I seriously doubt that I am. He was good, Foster. Always had his eye on the ball. You may think you knew him, that he felt sorry for you, but he would never let that happen. I don't know what went wrong that night, why Foster died, but I'm sure you don't understand much of it either.
Sorry, I didn't mean to threaten your romance.
Cute.
So we stole something from our own grandfather, who's obviously very rich. And Foster and London were hired to bring us back, or at least get what we stole back. This looks like an
Finally,
entrance.
something.
I hate the way we walk up the stairs, though.
It's stuck. I need some force. Does the gun pack any punch?
Okay, so one shot costs one cell, so we can't spam this at all.
Wow, I like it.
I'm taking the gun offline to preserve energy.
Thank you. Okay, it looks like we're in a giant gear. What the hell kind of entrance is this? It looks like a giant cog. Right? Whoa. The hell?
I'll be damned. Are you getting all this?
I'm with you.
So it is a palace. But the atmosphere is so thick. You can feel it, man. Like the emptiness of it all. You can really feel it.
He was right. It all looks completely untouched.
Man. Black, like ivory and gold. You really can't go wrong with this colour scheme, can you? But why? What is it here for? That is the question. Now, we're here under the pretense of something, of bringing someone back. Something to do with the sentience inside this red cube that is on our back. All these chairs as if it was supposed to be full of people. My goodness. kind of overwhelmed. So I'm just going to go quite slow through here. Everything's so mysterious to us, right? Because we don't have anything to kind of fill in the gaps for everything about this universe we're in, right? Which is kind of nice. It's kind of a nice juxtaposition to having just played a lot of Mass Effects, right? Where, you know, knowledge is power. Not power, knowledge is enjoyment in that series, you know, where you're constantly learning about every single aspect of what's going on.
You were right about the palace. What's the plan now?
We get Foster back, and then we leave.
I
It
was
is
hoping for
Foster.
something more specific.
I suppose we're looking for some sort of apparatus like the one Gramps had.
Would that be the Soul Sucker?
I'll know it when I see it.
Even if you did find the thing, this place is dead. What mythic technology might be here is now useless.
We just need to power her up. Tell her that we're here. I can feel this is going to work out just fine. Hello? Anyone home? I'm moving down. There must be some sort of power below the halls.
Wow, look at this. The Soul Sucker. So I guess that's maybe a way of digitizing one's self, right? Maybe that's what her grandfather did or tried to do. To gain immortality, perhaps. And I guess Foster's mind is on this cube, right? I'm just going to go slow. Except for the stairs, because we walk like an idiot on the stairs.
Hello? Anyone home?
Shouting. Is that your plan?
Yes, London, it is.
Anyone home?
Man, look at this. It feels like ancient in here. It's hard to express. You know, because having just been on board our ship, there's like a nice contrast to this, right? The ship was both kind of clean but also industrial, whereas this is regal and just crammed full of pattern and yeah, really like overwhelming.
Anyone home?
Who walks downstairs like that? These look like elevators. I'm not sure. Oh, look at the floor. The floor looks like it's like 3D. You know what I mean. The pattern is 3D. Oh, that is really trippy, right? Definitely don't do mushrooms before you play this game. Uh-oh. Okay, that's a mirror. I have a feeling that the crux of this game is about to be revealed. That's awesome. Reflections in games is just one of those things, right? That are always impressive. I'm just trying to find a difference of some kind. I guess not. Yeah, look at these floors. It's so trippy.
I recognize these. They look like the stone faces at the gates between the garden terraces. Maybe it's a door of some sort. We called them gatekeepers. They were supposed to make us ponder if we were worthy to pass.
You're not getting through without power, and this place is dead.
Okay. So that provides a connection to maybe what her grandfather's house, did she say it was? These faces. Oh, we can jump over. Okay. Let's not do that right away. I don't think we have a choice.
Hello?
No, we're gonna have to jump down, dude. Do it. Yeah, everything, it was already quiet, but everything feels more quiet now. Oh god, we just hit a checkpoint. I don't think that this is billed as a horror game, but it's gonna... I think we're gonna have to deal with some...
Look at that. It's a voice.
It looks like a tuning fork.
Yes, obviously. The Resourcefuls call them voices. Strike them and let the true tone interfere to find clarity and enlightenment.
Ah, of course.
I like London, he's sceptical of religious types. But religion is always more fascinating to me in a future setting. Always more fascinating. Okay, we've got a voice then.
What does that mean?
The suit detects a pattern to the sound, and the decryption is kicking in.
Strike. Wow, we're gonna get lost in here, aren't we? Mirrors as well. Got a big entrance there, I think. Just look at how the lighting is, just with all the kind of marble and the patterns and the mirrors and the reflections. Can you imagine, man? Can you imagine being here on your own? A place this vast and empty. I suppose you wouldn't really care how you look when you run down the stairs when you're on your own, right? Oh god, see, everything's repeating.
That door is different. I bet that's an activation mechanism for the door.
God, look. Okay, so we've got a massive door here. Maybe something we're going to need to find a key for.
This is meaningless. Foster is dead. Some things just cannot be undone. Think about it. If you could capture the souls of the dead in a cube, and then bring the person back to life, surely it would be a huge industry.
It's not like that. I know for a fact that he's in there.
I have wondered how you came to believe that. But I doubt that I'll agree with your reasoning. You resourcefuls are too far removed from reality to make sense. You've seen nothing but the bought and paid for fairy tale designed by your grandfather.
Well, the reality of my fairy tale upbringing was that it was all about this place. No, even before that, my genes. Grant spent centuries creating his resourcefuls, carefully picking potential from the gene pool. We were created to come here, and this feels very real to me.
I said it felt like a pilgrimage, right? So we're not his actual granddaughter. We're someone who's been genetically crafted, designed specifically to fulfill this purpose. No. Yeah, we need to keep that big door in mind, for sure. And we've not even had the main gameplay revealed to us yet. That's the chilling part of this. Well, this whole thing is quite terrifying, to be honest. Okay, what have we got here?
Now, these I know. We had rings exactly like them in the gardens.
The suit detects a small gravity charge inside the scepter.
Perhaps it can power the big door. The pedestal looks like the activation mechanism.
Okay. Alright, so we need that for the big door. It's a similar thing, right?
Just out of curiosity, what's the higher meaning of keeping scepters displayed inside huge rings made of gold? It does seem a bit much.
Yeah.
Even if you are filthy rich.
It's a good
The
point.
rings were not for show. They are part of our training.
Oh, and you do what exactly? Step inside and feel wealthy?
Not quite. The rings spin up, and the challenge is to get out in one piece. At first, staying in there is the only sane thing to do. But as the hunger comes, the rhythm of the spinning starts to sink in. At some point, you realize that starving eats away at your chance of making it out.
Hmm.
Then the leap. No, wait too long.
Right. You almost had me going there for a while.
Fair enough, London. Okay. I mean, they've done a really great job with the lighting in this game so far.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed that there were no other exits from this pit than the big door.
Yeah.
How I hope the scepter will magically make it open.
It will work.
Must be nice always feeling that the world will act in your favor. It doesn't, though. My guess is that you will learn this momentarily.
I agree with you, mate. Oh dear.
Now, let's see.
Nothing. What a shock. Looks like you might be joining Foster after all, just not the way you imagined.
I don't get it. What Gramps did to hundreds of resourcefuls for this? I saw it the day I came to you. The subject lies down on a marble surface with a strange silver pattern. And the silver unfolds, pierces the skin, and slithers inside. In about half an hour, it consumes everything. And all that remains is an empty slab of marble and a newly formed cube.
No.
He called it the translation. The flesh and the soul shall enter the palace through separate doors. We said it 1,000 times, never realizing. I didn't catch Foster's soul in a magical cube. He was dying, and I translated him.
You killed him. The fact that your grandfather did unspeakable things doesn't prove he was right? That Foster can come back? That's insane!
It was the only chance we had, and believe me, I'm good at chances. I gamble for a living, remember? So I've stayed alive all these years after leaving the gardens.
Well, this time it didn't pan out. Look at you now.
You think I'm giving up?